during the class. These documents are very likely going to help me for the rest of the inquiry. A dozen gold sovereigns, some shares for the Southern Railway and some treasury bills. This is not worth much, hardly enough to... Charlotte Clark, Campsite, Churston, Devon. To Mr. Franklin Clark, Peninsula Hotel, South. I wish you with all my heart a happy year 1935. Writing my greeting cards, I have affection. At home, everything annoys me, starting with this young Thora Sir Carmichael is so fond of. I have nobody to share my feelings with, so I write to you. How can I tell you what happens to me? The simplest way the better. I am doomed. I still have... I opened the secret drawer of Carmichael and read a letter not addressed to me. In this letter, Dr. Logan tells... Sir, I know. But my husband doesn't know I know. Please don't tell him. And if he shares the truth with you, act as you are surprised. It does matter to me that you are aware of what happens in Campside. Warm regards. Eton College School Year 1912-1913. Franklin Clark. School report for Franklin Clark. According to his teachers, Franklin was... Sir Carmichael Clark, Campsite, Churston, Devon. To Mr. Franklin Clark, Peninsula Hotel, Salisbury Road, Tsinchasui, Kowloon. Dear Franklin, first, I wish you a good start to a successful new year. I have received your letter dated December 10th. Thanks for defending my interest against Wang, this robber. Things go on here much as usual. Charlotte is moderately free from pain. I wish one could say more. You may remember Thora Gray. She is a dear girl and a greater comfort. She has an exquisite taste and shares my passion for Chinese art. No daughter could be a closer or more sympathetic companion. Life has been difficult, but You wrote me you want to stay in China for 1 more year or even longer. I don't object. The longer you stay, the more opportunities you will have to... I am, dear Franklin, your truly affectionate brother. I am not going to leave Campside now. I still have some things to do. Best to leave her to sleep now. The door is locked. This skeleton key would be very useful for opening the locks I have not yet been able to open. This unit contains the medical records for Sir Carmichael Clark's patients. Let us study them closely and see if there are any familiar names. Lots of dust. The records from E to Z have not been touched for years. No names. Disappointing. No deaths on the records from A to D. They've been handled recently. No known names. Disappointing. Where is the horrible smell of carrion coming from? Something makes me feel uncomfortable. This fountain makes a very relaxing sound. I would like to congratulate Clark's gardener. What symmetry! It was probably the gardener who lit this fire. Look here. I wonder if someone wanted to get rid of... This object would probably be useful to me. Where is the horrible smell of carrion coming from? Clark's greenhouse. It must hold some rare plants. This wisteria is in full bloom. This wisteria is in full bloom. This wisteria is in full bloom. This wisteria is in full... May you have peace, Carmichael. Charlotte. May you have peace, Carmichael. Where is the horrible smell of carrion coming from? Brown pellets. Revolting. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work. Everything that Thorgray has left behind comes from Sir Carmichael's collection. He most probably gave them to her, but she chose to leave them here rather than run. Let us now try and get our... Thorgray had no reason to kill someone who only had few months left to live. The poison she ordered was for rats. The gardener must have made good use of it. I've finished here. I must put the brown pellets. Revolting. Tut-tut. The gardener does not follow the alignment. There, that's better. It is symmetrical. There, that's better. It is symmetrical. I must put the skeleton key back and Perfect. Nothing else is keeping me here. If someone has tried to get rid of these documents, they may be important. Hello, Hastings? I have finished in Charleston. I will take the first train.
Yes, you just have to soak a cloth with a hydrochloric acid solution and rub the sheet of paper. Then...
Bien. You have...
Of course, but what documents...
You will see my...
Donald Fraser is here.
This man is tired. Donald is short of sleep, and it looks as if he didn't even bother to undress before going to bed.
Mr. Parrow, I don't know why I'm here.
You wanted to talk, and you came to find the only man capable of hearing you.
Mr. Parrow, since Betty's death, I've doubts about myself. I don't know what to do. And I keep having a horrible dream 3 nights in a row.
Have a drink, and tell me about this dream.
It's always the same. I'm on the beach with Betty. I grab her round the throat, and I squeeze, and squeeze until she's dead. Her head falls back, and I see that it's no longer Betty. It's Megan's face.
Have you seen Megan Barnard recently?
Yes, our grief has brought us together. I never really knew her before. She's really quite a remarkable girl. But I would never tell her about my dream.
Why not? Is it her you are attacking in your dream?
No, it's Betty. And once Betty is dead, it's Megan's.
Very interesting. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work. Mr. Fraser, I think that the real meaning of this dream is that you are in love with Megan Barnard.
Please go on.
This dream certainly betrays your guilt. But what do you feel guilty about? Having killed your fiancée? Possible. Or forgetting her very quickly for her sister?
So you don't really think I was the one who killed Betty?
I do not exclude this theory. I am...
Thank you for being frank, Mr. Poirot. You've helped...
It is late, Mr. Fraser, and...
I'll sleep on the train.
Poor boy, he seems completely...
Well, women seem to like him. I think... Oh, I remember.
Yes.
Bien, it is late, and I asked Miss Gray to come to... Mademoiselle, I asked you here in order... Am I right in thinking you said that you did not speak to anyone on the day Sir Carmichael was murdered?
It's the absolute truth.
Yet, Lady Clark maintained that she saw you talking to a stranger on the front doorstep.
Really? She must have been mistaken. Oh, I remember now. I'd forgotten all about it, but it wasn't important. It was just a salesman. One of those traders who sell stockings from door to door.
Can you describe him to me?
Medium size, glasses, dark suit and a felt hat. Not the sort of man you notice. Completely harmless. That's why I forgot all about him.
Nothing else?
He was very hesitant and shy. Usually door-to-door salesmen are very confident. But he wasn't.
You did not leave Cheston willingly, I believe.
I don't wish to lie. Lady Clark did not appreciate my presence. And Franklin could not go against the wishes of a sick lady. He is a good man, and he worries a great deal about his sister-in-law.
I noticed that you left some personal belongings behind at Cheston. Are you planning on returning to Cheston?
Who knows what the future holds?
Bien. I must ask you one last question. Please reply frankly with either yes or no. If Lady Clark had died, would you have agreed to marry Sir Carmichael if he'd asked you?
How dare you ask such a question? Sir Carmichael treated me just like his daughter. And all that I ever felt him was affection and gratitude, nothing else.
Thank you, mademoiselle. I will not keep you any longer.
I met Thora Grey on the stairs. Her cheeks were ablaze, and she appeared to be deeply hurt. Poirot, have you offended the poor girl again? Do you have good reasons for accusing her?
I accused her of nothing, Hastings. I simply asked her an important question she did not answer. Let us see if we can answer it for her. Let us now try and get our brand. You must know how to read between the lines, Hastings. When Sir Carmichael refers to paternal affection, he's lying to himself. Read this engraving on the brooch. A dark dragon for an angel with glossy hair. These are the words of a lover.
What if Sir Carmichael had fallen in love with his secretary? That doesn't mean that she...
True, there are extenuating circumstances. She is a penniless orphan. But she's calculating. Just look how she avoided it when asked if she would have married Clark.
I see. You think she seduced Sir Carmichael for her own gain, and that now she is doing the same with his brother. Poirot, your world is a very...
Do not get carried away, mon ami. We have another more...
Really?
Yes, would you believe that Miss Gray... Let us now try and get her... It's perfectly clear, Hastings, perfectly clear. Indeed, a stocking seller visited Andover, Bexhill and Churston on the day of... Mon ami, it is a pleasure to be working.
Poirot, since my return,
Mon ami, I am sure... If someone has tried to get rid of this document... I lock my revolver. Churston, Devon, population 500 inhabitants. Hastings' photo album is very... Chief Inspector, we are looking for...
I see you have a suspect?
Yes. Contact all the stocking...
Your suspect is a salesman?
No, he does not take orders. He sells door...
Right. The hunt is on.
Are you leaving, Mr. Cust?
Yes, I'm going to Cheltenham.
You shouldn't travel today. You don't look very well.
I have to. I have engagements. I must respect them.
Can you get the post, Hastings?
And why don't you go and get it yourself?
What's going on? I've never... Royal Mathematical. It's highly probable that the alphabet murderer... Yes, and it is easy, as soon... On the one hand, the ratio of towns, cities and villages in it. After this initial calculation, go to the last page. Daily Blag, August 31, 1935. Moustache at half-mast. Poirot's repeated failure in ABC case. Sometimes small things trouble great men. Hastings, faithful collaborator of the Belgian detective, knows something about it. 3 mornings in a row, he confided to us. This apparently casual event.
Poirot, I assure you I haven't said any... Are you collecting the post, Poirot?
It is not the right time. Poor Mr. Poirot. I'm quite sorry for you. If at first you don't succeed, try again. We've a long way to go still. Typery? No, that comes later. Letter T. The next little incident will take place in Doncaster on September 11th. So long. ABC. I should compare this letter with the one on my desk which I received earlier. Let us examine this more closely. Certain characters in the 2 letters may have similar... Yes, the A... Right. Let us compare this with the... That's right. The A character... I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory. Yes, this I is weird. Right. Let us compare this with the other letter. Yes, the I character. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory. The W is not... Right. Let us compare this with the other letter. Of course, the W... My theory was right. This... Hastings. Chief Inspector Japp?
He's on another line.
Yes, please, mademoiselle. It is from Hercule...
Very well, sir.
Bien, now I'm going to see what I can find from these burnt documents. I've received the product I need. Hastings, if you do not mind, I would like you to take a few notes.
Yes.
I've finished with this subject.
So, how are you getting on?
If someone has tried to get rid of this document, I've finished with this subject. Now, down to work. What of these needs putting in order a little? This page is finished. That's done. 3 more to go. This piece should be placed here. This page will be reconstructed in a flash. This page is finished. And that's 2 done. It's easier than I thought. This does not look too difficult. This page is finished. Only one more. Keep going. This page is Child's Play. This page is finished. All the pages are reconstructed. A dry cloth. A bottle of solvent. A dry cloth. The cloth is now soaked with solvent. Got it! Make a note, Hastings, make a note. Mrs. Alice Asher, shop owner in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, prescribed laudanum.
I got it. Look. Poirot, where on earth did you find these files?
On a fire at the bottom of the garden at Campside.
All right, but where did the person who burned them find them?
Alice Asher, shopkeeper in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, chronic cough with loss of blood. Prescribed laudanum-based. Betty Barnard, waitress in Bexhill. Alexander Bonaparte Cust, while wounded, mustard gas. Dick Dudley Dunbar, owner of the Black Swan. Let us now try and get our brain cell. The burned documents are medical records, and without a doubt, they come from Clark's archives. First of all, because...
But why burn these files? How come the names of the 2 victims appear on them? And who are the 2 other patients?
These are very good...
Hello, Poirot?
Any news, Chief Inspector?
You wanted a stocking seller? We have one. Reported by his landlady, who thought he was behaving suspiciously. He has the most unbelievable name.
Alexander Bonaparte Cust.
Yes, Alexander Bonaparte Cust? How did you guess? Poirot, it's a serious lead. I called Doncaster. A person matching Cust's description has been seen at the station. He got off the train from London, but after that, nobody knows where he went.
Look for him at the Black Swan.
What?
Trust me, Chief Inspector.
You appear to be very sure of yourself. Very well. I'll call the Black Swan straight away. The owner is going to get a shock when he learns that there's a murderer under his roof.
Chief Inspector, I would rather call myself.
As you wish. Please go ahead.
Hello, the Black Swan. Hercule Poirot here.
Speaking. Dick Dudley Dunbar.
Is there Mr. Cust among your guests?
He arrived today. Shall I call him for you?
No, it is you I wish to speak with.
But who is this Cust?
A murderer.
A murderer? Under my... Do you think that Cust might be dangerous? Oh, I do hope you're wrong. He seems so harmless, you know. Oh.
We must not overestimate the danger. After all, we are not absolutely sure he is guilty.
What should I do?
Watch him. If he leaves the hotel, watch where he is heading. I'll call the
Oh, indeed. I shall keep out of the way. I have a bad heart, you see, and...
Hello, Poirot. We have some good news. The police in While we're waiting to question Cust, we could search his room in London.
Where does he live?
The Marbury Guest House.
I'll see you there.
Yes, but start without me.
I understand. Hastings, we are making good progress. Please go and search your room.
With pleasure. I did have a
The dentist. So that is why you...
A visit to the dentist.
But an unavoidable one. To Marbury Guest House, please.